Welcome to another live episode of Social Security Television. Be sure to create your own Social Security account at www.socialsecurity.gov/mysocialsecurity, where you will have access to your information at any time and from anywhere. So, hello Chicago and Chicagoland viewing public. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Social Security Show on CAN TV 21. My name is Nicole Joseph, and I'm your host today. And please join me today in welcoming my guest, Josephine Mueller. Josephine, tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you, Nicole. I'm so excited to be here with you all today. Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. And my name is Josephine Mueller, as Nicole stated. I am the Public Affairs Specialist in the Chicagoland area, as is Nicole. So we both work as Public Affairs Specialists in the Chicagoland area. And I am eager to answer all of your questions. Keep in mind, this is a live show, so you can give us a call so that we can answer any of your questions today live, because we are so eager to do so, aren't we, Nicole?
Yes, we are. Very excited. We want those phones to ring off of the hook, because we have in the studio with us Michael Bill and Robert Zarnecki. And they are going to be manning the phones for us. So they are just out here waiting. So Josephine, I want to thank you for that wonderful introduction. And I would like to remind once again our viewing audience that the phone lines are open. Please call us at 312-738-1060. So, the first thing I want to do, I want to show our video. Can we go through our video to show you what Social Security is about?
We are there, day one, with baby names and a gift that lasts a lifetime. We are there as you grow, protecting you and those you love. We are there when you get your first job, helping you to save for the future. We are there when you marry your sweetheart to help secure your new life together. We are there if the unexpected happens to help you see life from a new perspective. We are there when you start your next chapter to make sure you get off to a great start. And we are there when you lose your soulmate to help make sure you will be all right. We are with you through life's journey. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. Get to know us and see what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
Didn't you all love that video? That's one of my favorite Social Security videos, because it just gives you an example of how Social Security is there with you through life's journeys. Now, the subject matter today we're going to talk about are some of the myths associated with Social Security. So, I want to talk about,
there's a caller, it looks like. So before we get started, we might want to answer that call.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello, caller. Good afternoon.
Oh, hi, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm getting ready to turn 62, and I understand that you can get your Social Security at that time. So, do you think, I'm going to turn 62 in December. Should I apply for it now or wait until then?
That is a great question, caller. Thank you for calling in about that question. Did you want to answer that one, Nicole, or did you want me to go for it?
Okay, you can go for it,
Okay,
Josephine.
sure. Let's do it. So, caller's question was, he is going to be turning 62, and I believe he said he would be turning 62 in December.
Yes.
That's what we heard. So, he said, when's the best time to apply if he is requesting to apply for benefits at age 62? So, keep in mind, if 62 is the earliest age that you can receive Social Security benefits, and if you do take the benefit early at age 62, you're taking it at an early reduced retirement rate, and you do have to be 62 for a full month to be eligible for benefits. So our caller turned 62 in December. So say he turned 62 in the middle of December. He has to be 62 for a full month to be eligible. He first becomes eligible for benefits in January of 2020. So in January 2020 is the earliest that he can request to receive monthly Social Security retirement benefits. However, he can apply as early as 3 months prior to that date. So he could apply 3 months prior to January. That's the earliest that Social Security can take an application. And keep in mind, you have options. We can take an application in our field office. You can call us to make an appointment so we can take the application over the phone or at our field office. Or one of the most convenient ways is that you can go online to our website, and that is www.socialsecurity.gov, where you can go ahead and apply for Social Security retirement benefits on our website. It's easy, convenient. You can do it in the comfort of your own home, in your slippers, in your robe, and you can save it, come back to it, but we'll definitely go through that a little bit later. But to answer the question, the earliest that you could apply for benefits is 3 months before you want your benefit to start.
Thank you, caller. And caller, stay tuned because we have some great information for you that we'll go into a little bit later, okay? So, myth number 1. I do not have to plan for my retirement. Social Security will take care of me.
Wow, it is out there, Nicole, and for the average worker, Social Security will replace about 40% of your pre-retirement earnings. Therefore, you will need additional income sources such as a pension, savings, investments, and or other retirement accounts to have a comfortable retirement. So, Social Security is there for you through life's journey. However, you want to make sure that you have other means so that way you have a comfortable retirement. Because once again, keep in mind that Social Security will only replace about 40% of your pre-retirement earnings.
Okay, and once again, remember, if you look at this example, Social Security was never meant to be the only source of income for people when they retire. Most financial advisors say you will need about 70% of your pre-retirement income to live comfortably in retirement, including your Social Security benefits, investments, and personal savings. You can learn more about retirement benefits at www.socialsecurity.gov/benefits/retirement. Our resources and publications are easy to share with people you think might need the information. So, once again, please remember this is a live show. You can reach us at 312-738-1060. So, Josephine,
that was a great answer to that myth, because we're uncovering the myths that
yes.
it is a myth. Social Security isn't intended, like you said, Nicole, to cover your full retirement. So you should have other means so that way you retire comfortably. Now that we talked about myth 1, and Social Security is a sound base to build upon, what is myth 2?
Myth number 2, my monthly benefit is based on my last 5 years of work. So, with Social Security, what we look at your highest 35 years of earnings, and then we do an index to come up with that amount. So this is what you can look at this. You can go to our website to get more information about how we do the calculation. And by using this formula means that a worker who qualifies for a retirement benefit with just 10 years of work would have a lower benefit payment than someone who worked longer.
Yes, that's because we're looking at the highest 35 years of earnings, and this is, this is a great example that, it's not based on the past 5 years or 10 years, and that is a myth that a lot of people do come into our offices and they ask, oh, I thought my benefit is based on the previous 5 years, previous 10 years, and to kind of unravel that myth and bust that myth, it's the highest 35 years of your work earnings. So Social Security is based on your highest 35 years of your work earnings. And we do have an example, and keep in mind this is just an example. These are just numbers that are an example, so to show you how it's calculated. So we're looking at the highest 35 years of your earnings. There would be 25 years if you have 25 years of zero earnings. Fewer years are used in disability and survivors benefits. So this is just an example. You can look at it. I'm not much of a numbers person, but I do want to stress to everyone out there that it's based off of your highest 35 years of your work earnings.
Right, and so the example that you see here, the highest 35 years was $5,600. So we take 90% of the first $926. Then we take 32% of anything between $926 and $5,583. That's where we came up with the $1,490 amount. After that, anything over $5,583 we take 15% of. That's where we came up with the $3. So in this particular person's calculation, the monthly benefit amount will be $2,326. And I see that we have a caller. Caller, your question?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My question is, I'm going to be 65 years old in December. I'm working full-time and plan to continue until I am 66 years old. So my question is, do I have to take Medicare now at 65, A or B, or can I wait till I stop working since I have coverage through my employer?
Okay, that is an excellent question. We get that question all the time. So I know Josie and I were just fighting over this. Do you want to take it?
Well, I can definitely take it. So, great. So that is a great question. So if you are turning 65 and you still are currently working, you don't have to take the Part B as long as you've been employed and insured since age 65. You don't have to take the Part B if you are currently employed and insured through your employer's group health plan. Keep in mind those two things have to be coupled. You have to be actively currently employed and insured through your employer's group health plan. So as long as those two things are coupled at age 65 and you don't want to take the Part B at this time, which you don't have to, you have an 8-month window from the time that either your employment terminates or your insurance through your employer's group health terminates. Whichever event terminates first, you have 8 months from that date to come in and apply for the Medicare Part B. But you will not be penalized as long as you're employed and insured through an employer's group health plan since age 65.
That is exactly right. And another thing I want to add that people may not know, if you're covered underneath your spouse's group health insurance plan, your spouse is currently working and you have insurance through their employer, you do not need to get Medicare Part B as in boy. Medicare Part B is the part you pay for. So right now in 2019, Medicare Part B is $135.50. So it would be as if you're paying twice for insurance. You have an insurance through either your employer or your spouse's employer, and you'd also be paying for Medicare. Now, Medicare Part A, which has to do with hospital insurance, that is free. So who doesn't like free? So
we all like
and free. It's easy to apply for online.
Yes.
For Medicare Part A only. You can just go online to www.socialsecurity.gov. On the front page, you'll see a section for Medicare, and you can apply for your Medicare Part A right there.
And keep in mind that Part A is free as long as you've paid into Medicare. So as long as you've worked and paid into Medicare taxes and you have enough quarters of coverage, your Medicare Part A will be free. So just keep that in mind. For individuals that have worked and paid into a different system, such as teachers or state workers, then they may have to pay for the Part A. But the Part A is free for individuals that have paid into Medicare taxes.
Yeah, and then let me tell you this, because she hit on a very good point. Sometimes you do have teachers and state workers that have not paid into Social Security. But if they have a spouse that has paid into Social Security, they may be able to get Medicare for free based off of their record.
Yes.
So, ideally, thank you for calling. Now, let's
Great question.
That was an excellent question. So now we're going to go back to what we were talking about, because I want to make sure you all also understand If you want information regarding your retirement, you can get this information right online and use our retirement estimator. You can go to www.socialsecurity.gov and get that information.
That's great. That's a great resource. It's so nice to have. There's so many great resources online, so we really want to let the public know of all their options, all the resources that there are online. So it's definitely a good resource, that retirement estimator, to kind of gauge to see, you know, what your benefit will be. It's never too early to plan for the future, so it's definitely a great tool. Now let's talk about myth 3. So is myth 3 is Social Security only a retirement program? Many people believe that it's only a retirement program.
They do, but we do so much with Social Security, Josie.
Absolutely, we do. So currently more than 1 in every 6 people in America is receiving a Social Security benefit, and the majority of our beneficiaries are retired, but Social Security is more than a retirement program. It's a family protection plan. Almost 1/3 of the beneficiaries are disabled, dependents of disabled individuals, or survivors.
Yes, and Social Security is an intergenerational transfer system. So today's workers help pay for current retirees and other beneficiaries' benefits, not their own future benefits. There's no account set aside with your name and contributions on it. And we have another caller. Caller, what is your question?
Yes, good evening. I was wondering, are there any common law benefits towards, how do you say it, common law benefits for spouses, I guess you call them, towards retirement benefits for Social Security?
That's a great question, caller. So for common law marriage, that is not something in Illinois. In the state of Illinois, for retirement benefits, we do not recognize common law marriage. However, there are other states, and you can go onto our website to see what states common law marriage is recognized in, to see what states that common law is recognized in. It's at our website, www.socialsecurity.gov. You can find that. But however, in the state of Illinois right now, common law marriage is not recognized for spousal claims that we take at this moment.
Thank you, caller. So let's see here. Now we are on myth number 4. It's best to take Social Security at the earliest possible date.
So that is one of the myths that that we can go over today. It's a great one to
It is, because choosing when to retire is an important and personal decision. So financial experts say you'll need about 70 to 80% of your pre-retirement income to have a comfortable retirement. You'll want to choose a retirement age based on your circumstances, so you'll have enough income when you need it. And like I always use this example, my parents. So my father started collecting his benefits at age 70. But the reason why, in his family tends to live to be about 100 or in their 90s, if not longer. Like next year we're celebrating my aunt's 100th birthday. So
wow,
I know.
That's amazing.
So, and she expects us all there at her party. So in his situation, he decided to collect his benefits at age 70. And guess what? He's 72. He's still working. Now, my mom, on the other hand, decided to collect her benefits earlier at age 62, because that's the earliest you can collect it, but her family situation is a little bit different. And what I want to show you, we're going to show you a chart. So, Josie, you want to talk more about the chart?
Yeah, let's talk about this chart. So so this is something that, the myth. So is it the best time to take it earlier? You should take your benefit the earliest possible. Well, it's like Nicole said, it's personal preference. It's, you got to look at your financial situation. You have to look at your longevity and things like that, your family history. But this right here is a great chart because you're able to see the percentages based on your birth. So you can see in one column it's got the year year of birth, and you can see when your full retirement age is according to the year you were born. So for individuals born in 1943 through 1954, the full retirement age is 66, and the percentage that an individual receives at age 62, which would be early retirement age, would be 75%. And then at age 70, it would be 132%. So if you go down through those through the rows, you're able to locate your year of birth, and you can see when your full retirement age, the percentage you get at age 62, and the percentage you get at 70. And these this information is also on our website, so if you'd like to go online later and look to see, dig a little deeper into your particular situation, you can definitely do so at www.socialsecurity.gov.
Yes. And one thing you have to always remember with Social Security, whenever you collect your benefits before your full retirement age, your benefits are, one, going to be reduced, and number two, you're going to have an earnings limit. So what we're going to do right now, we are going to pull up a different chart that kind of gives you an idea of what your benefits will look like if you reach your full retirement age at age 66. So in this example, at age 66, you'll get $1,000. If you decide to collect your benefits as early as age 62, which is the earliest you can collect it, you'll get about $750 a month. Your benefits are reduced, and this is what you'll get for the rest of your life. So understand, whenever you start collecting Social Security benefits, that is the amount you're going to receive for the rest of your life. The only time it increases is if there is a cost of living increase. If there is a cost of living increase.
Correct.
So, and in this example, if you wait until age 70, your benefit amount increases to $1,320. Oh, and it looks like we have another caller. Caller, how can we help you?
Yes, I'm not quite following your example there, but let me ask. So if for every year past your retirement year at 66, if for every year past, if they're working through 70, do you get an extra 15% towards your retirement per year? Is that how that works?
Well, this is how it works. Anytime you wait past your full retirement age, and if you see on this chart, you find your year of birth, and then in the next column, you'll see your full retirement age. What happens is, each full year past your full retirement age, your benefit increases about 8% a year, but it stops at age 70. Okay, so that's why you see the increase in the amount that you would get at age 70.
That is correct. So your benefit grows 8% per year past your full retirement age if you decide to delay it. Now, if you take your benefit prior to full retirement age, you're locking yourself in at that rate. That is the amount that your benefit is, and the only way it will change, as Nicole stated, is if you have a cost of living increase. There is another way that you may, your benefit may increase is if you continue to work. And if you continue to work and the 35, you continue to work and the years that you're working in the future are higher than the previous 35 years calculated, your benefit may increase as well due to that. And Social Security will always do those calculations and send you out letters if you are due an increase. However, keep in mind, if you delay the benefit past age 66, your benefit is growing 8% per year.
Yes. And I also want to emphasize, because I get this question all the time, when you're out, they're like, well, what if I keep working? Just like you said, if it's the high 35 years, what will happen is we do an automatic calculation because what your employer sends that information to the IRS sends it to us, and then if you do anything more because of your work earnings, you'll get a letter in the mail.
Yes.
And it'll say, based off your earnings from the previous year, you do this additional amount. So we always make sure that you are getting what you are due. So let's see here, Josie. We have another myth we are going to talk about.
Let's talk about it. I can work and still collect my full Social Security benefits at any age.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, yes. Now, this is the thing with collecting your Social Security benefits. If you start collecting at your full retirement age, then at that point you do not have an earnings limit. And once again, if we look at this chart, you will find your year of birth, and then in the next column you'll look at your full retirement age. If you are at your full retirement age, then you will not have an earnings limit.
That's absolutely right. So at full retirement age, you're not subject to an earnings limit. So whether you're already receiving early retirement benefits and now you turn full retirement age, then at this point now going forward, you're no longer subject to an earnings limit. Or say you decided to wait to take the benefit at full retirement age, then at full retirement age, you're just not subject to an earnings limit. So you can work and earn whatever you'd like without your benefit, Social Security benefit, being affected due to those work earnings. So if you go to work and you earn $1 million, that money is not going to affect how much your Social Security, so you're not subject to a limit. However, for individuals that are working and they're working prior to full retirement age, and they are also receiving their monthly Social Security benefit, they are subject to an earnings limit. So if you're younger than full retirement age and you are collecting Social Security benefits, you are subject to an earnings limit. For individuals that are working and collecting benefits this year, the limit is $17,640. So if an individual is working and earning over the $17,640 this year, for every $2 that they go over, $1 would be reduced from the monthly Social Security benefit. And then as you can see, if the individual is turning full retirement age, they are subject to a limit prior to the month that they turn full retirement age, and the limit in the months prior to them turning full retirement age is $46,920. And then for every $3 the person goes over the limit, $1 is reduced from the monthly Social Security benefit. And then at the very last column, you'll see that it's for full retirement age, there's just no limit. So if you are taking your benefit at full retirement age, you're not subject to an earnings limit.
Okay, so we're going to take a little break right now and show you our what Susie Orman says.
Hi everyone, I'm Susie Orman. Did you know that on average, Social Security replaces about 40% of your income before retirement? That's why everyone's retirement plan should start with Social Security. If you don't already have a My Social Security account, you should. It's the only place you can see personalized estimates of your future benefits based on your actual earnings. Social Security uses your highest 35 years of earnings to calculate your benefit. That's why you should check your earnings every year to verify that Social Security has your correct earnings history. So open your free My Social Security account at socialsecurity.gov/myaccount and start your retirement planning today.
The Social Security Administration does not endorse any particular financial advisory product or service.
Well, you heard her. Susie Orman gave you that advice. And she is a financial wizard. So I think you all should listen to her and tell your friends. Go get your My Social Security account.
Absolutely. So, you know, My Social Security account, why is it so important to have one, and why is it so beneficial? Well, earlier we were talking about earnings records, and of course we mentioned that Social Security, your benefit, your retirement benefit, your any type of benefit that you're receiving from Social Security is based off the highest 35 years of your work earnings, is what your Social Security retirement benefit is based off of. And if your earnings record has discrepancies, so say there was a year that's missing, because sometimes things happen where, you know, it's not reported, or it's, you know, reported inaccurately. So say you earned $60,000 one year, but it was reported as $30,000. That will affect you because we look at the highest 35 years of your work earnings, and if you have a My Social Security account, you're able to go into your account and periodically look at your earnings record to make sure that it's correct and that there's no discrepancies. So that way, once you do go to retire, your transition into retirement is flawless, and you're able to confidently say, I've reviewed my earnings record, it's correct, my benefit is going to be correct because I've kept up with my earnings record. So it's so important to do that. It's so beneficial. It's something easy that you can do at home online. And people ask me, well, when's the best time to open up a My Social Security account? I know people ask me this all the time. Oh, I'm too young. I'm 18. I don't need a My Social Security account. Oh, well, you know what? It's never too early to start planning for your future.
Never.
So the earliest that you can open a My Social Security account is at the age of 18. And you can go online, you can create that account, and you can just make sure that you're keeping up with your earnings and ensuring that your employers are posting them correctly, because that is your future. You're able to then flawlessly transition into retirement, and who doesn't want to have an easy, flawless transition?
And another thing you need to take into account, how many, you don't want to file for your benefits at age 62 and then you have a 0 on your earnings record somewhere where you work. And you work. Because then in order for us to add it, we want you to have either your W-2 from that year or your taxes from that year. So if you have a My Social Security account, so let me show you some of the things that you can do. You can create an account. You can check your application status. You can request replacement Social Security card. You can get proof of income letter. You can set up or change your direct deposit. You can get a Social Security 1099 form. You can change your address if you are a beneficiary. Or you can opt out of mail notices for those available online. That is why I like My Social Security. There's so much you can do. I know you all like to come and see us in the office, but sometimes you just want to stay in the comfort of your home. And you can do that with a My Social Security account.
Absolutely. And talking about a time saver, because then you don't have to, go out and, we love to see you, and we love to, see your friendly faces at our local field offices. However, sometimes our field offices do have some wait times, and we want you to make sure you have your options. So if you're unable to wait, you're unable to come by and visit us, you can always go online and do your business online. And keep in mind, online is open all the time. So even if your field office is closed, you're able to do your business, some of your business online, actually most of your business online.
Yes.
So it's a great resource, a great tool to have. And another reason to have a My Social Security account is that, if you open up your Social Security account, that means that you're preventing fraud from happening to you on your account, because you've opened your account, you have control of your account, you're able to see your account and make sure you can monitor that periodically, and that means no one else can open up an account for you because you've already created one, you've got control of your account. So that's another reason it's so important. That's something that we stress because, there is a lot of scammers out there right now trying to obtain the public's information.
Exactly.
I know I get a lot of calls. I get a lot of individuals that are, trying to tell me that they're from Social Security and that they, need my information because they're going to suspend my Social Security number, and they're very threatening and very aggressive.
Yes,
and, and it's not us. We would never call you to do that. We would never be aggressive. And it's just another preventative measure when you create your My Social Security account to ensure that you're protecting yourself from these individuals that are trying to scam and fraud you.
Yes, and understand, Social Security will never call you and threaten you. Never.
Never.
So what I always advise people, number one, if you don't recognize the number, don't pick it up. Let it go to voicemail. If they leave a voice message and they're saying your Social Security number has been suspended, we do not suspend Social Security numbers. I just got a call today saying they were going to suspend my Social Security number. So we do not do that. That is not Social Security. Oh, and we have another caller. Caller, what is your question?
Good evening. One more last question. Okay, I started working at an early age in my teens. I'm 65 now, and I'm disabled, visually impaired. And I'm not sure that I got... let's see, a lot of the credit that I may have earned back then, whether they were taking out FSCA or whatever, the deductions. And then I'm wondering also, will I get any of my Medicaid benefits if I retire? Medicaid pays for some of the insurance premiums and so forth.
Okay, so I think we have a few pieces to that question. So the first part of the question sounded like the, our caller was asking about earnings record, if, he's not sure if all his earnings were posted to his record.
Right.
So I do advise you to make sure that you're reviewing that record. If you do have, earnings that you feel that have not been posted, please review your tax files to see if, did I work in these years? It's just a matter of making sure that you're matching up your records to our records, and if your records are not matching up to our records, just making sure that you notify us and you let us know to see what it is that we can do about correcting the discrepancies on your record. And that's why we stated earlier, it's so important to continuously review your earnings record. And one of the easiest, most convenient ways to do it is by going online to our website and creating a My Social Security account. The second part of the question, it sounded like it was in regards to Medicare, I believe, because through Social Security you can apply for Medicare. Medicaid, I do believe the caller also mentioned Medicaid. Medicaid is through the Department of Human Services. So that is, you would apply for Medicaid through the Department of Human Services, a different agency. But through Social Security you can apply for Medicare. And an individual becomes eligible for Medicare at age 65. However, if an individual is found disabled prior to age 65, if the individual is receiving disability benefits for 2 years, they do become eligible for Medicare benefits. So if you have been receiving Social Security disability benefits for 2 years, you become eligible for Medicare benefits, and an individual would receive that card automatically in the mail. And if an individual is, says, oh, well, I don't want the Medicare right now, it's not something that I would like to have right now, then you can always request to not have it. You can, on the back of the card, it'll have an option for you. It'll say, if you don't want Medicare, please sign and return the card. You can go ahead and do that, sign and return the card, or you can always, go online, you can pull up the forms. There is a form to terminate Medicare if you don't want the Medicare, or you can call us and we can send you the forms, or you can visit the local field office. But yeah, at age 65 is when a person is eligible for Medicare benefits. However, if you are receiving Social Security disability benefits and you have been for 2 years, you automatically are enrolled into Medicare.
Thank you, Josephine. And thank you, caller.
Yes.
That was a great question.
Great question.
We appreciate all the calls. So I just want to remind you all, if you all have any Social Security questions, please call us at 312-738-1060. All right. Now we are about to go to our next myth. If my spouse/ex-spouse gets benefits based on my record, it leaves less money for me.
Wow. So
how many times have you heard that one?
We hear that quite often. So that is a myth. So when my ex-spouse is receiving benefits off of my record, does that decrease my benefit? Well, the correct answer to that is that no, because when we're paying into Social Security, we're paying not only for ourselves, but we're paying for a family. So if a spouse or an ex-spouse or even children, if children are receiving benefits off of your record, it does not affect how much you would receive monthly. You're still going to continue to receive the same amount if your spouse or ex-spouse applies for benefits on your record.
Yes, and I'm going to give you a little more information about spousal benefits, about how the different benefits work, okay?
Great.
All right, so what happens is with spousal benefits, what we do, we look at what we call the number holder, or you would get at your full retirement age, and then we take half of that. So half of that is considered spousal benefits. So I always like to use myself as an example, myself and my husband. So if at my husband's full retirement age, he's due $2,000 at his full retirement age of 66. So let's make it 66. Half of that, which would be $1,000, would be what I could get based off of his record. That's considered spousal benefits for me. But what's going to happen when we go file for our application, they are going to look at how much I get at my full retirement age. So if at my full retirement age I get $2,000, that $2,000 is more than that $1,000 based off of my husband's record. So technically, I'm not due spousal benefits because my benefits are higher, and we always try to pay the higher amount. Now, if at my full retirement age, my benefit amount is $500. Then if I wait to my full retirement age to collect my benefits, I would get an additional $500 based off of my husband's record, which will take me up to that $1,000. That's how it works with Social Security. Now, the same thing works with divorced spouses, except I'm going to let Josie talk about this one.
So for divorced spouses, you do have to have a marriage that has lasted 10 years or longer. So there are some criteria that you do have to qualify or fall into in order for you to be eligible for ex-spouse's benefits. And one of them is you have to be married at least 10 years or more. You are unmarried. You are age 62 or older. Your ex-spouse is entitled to Social Security, retirement, or disability benefits. And the benefit you are entitled to receive based on your own work is less than the benefit you would receive based on your ex-spouse's work. So keep in mind when we do look into the qualifications, if you do state that you have been married 10 years or more and you do qualify for benefits, then we do have to see proof that you have been married 10 years or more, so that way we can put that on file. And proof of being married 10 years or more would be, we would need to see your marriage certificate and your divorce decree. So the original marriage certificate and the original divorce decree, or a certified copy of the marriage certificate and divorce decree. Keep in mind those are essential in order for us to process your application, because we do need to see proof of the duration of your marriage.
Yes, and I always want to say this also. Some women sign a divorce decree giving up their rights to Social Security on their ex-husband or ex-spouse's record. Those clauses in divorce decrees are never enforced for Social Security. So please, if you think you're due the benefit, when you file, we will look at that to see if you are due either spousal benefits or divorced spouse benefits. All right. So once again, please dial 312-738-1060, and we will do our best to answer any of your Social Security question calls. So let's see, where are we, Josie?
So we are on Social Security myth number 7. Online, my Social Security account is not secure.
Oh, wow. Let's see here. Well,
so that is a myth.
That is a myth.
That is a myth. So we are constantly stressing that My Social Security account, if you go online and you create a My Social Security account, it is secure. Just make sure you're going to our website when you go on to create an account. And keep in mind, you will have to always go to www.socialsecurity.gov. At the very end, you always want to make sure it has a .gov. But our site is definitely secure. It's a safe, secure site. In fact, by you creating a Social Security, a My Social Security account, you are preventing any fraud that could potentially happen to you. So that is definitely a myth, because our site is extremely secure, and it will actually prevent from fraud happening to you.
Yes, and you can only open a My Social Security account for yourself. You cannot open an account for another person, even if you have his or her written consent. Now, you may not be able to open a My Social Security account if you have blocked electronic access to your personal Social Security information, you recently moved or changed your name, or you placed a freeze on your credit report. So that may be some of the problems that you will have. Now, another thing that I want to talk about are scams. So one of the things I want to do, I want to show you what our website looks like. If you go to www.socialsecurity.gov, and click on the banner, then let's see, what happens if we click on the red banner? It gives us information regarding different things that are happening as far as all of the Social Security scams. So, some of the Social Security scams are, like we said before, we were talking about that, how people call and they said that they are going to suspend your Social Security number. That is a scam.
It is a scam. It definitely is.
Also on the website, we have a lot of different articles that help inform the public about all of the misleading information out there. I highly recommend that you all visit our website to get this information. And one of the things that I want to show you, I want to show you our scam video. So let's see if we can get that up and running.
Message.
Department of the Social Security Administration. The reason of this call is to inform you that your Social Security number has been suspended for suspicion of illegal activity. If you do not contact us immediately, your account will be deactivated. For more information about this case file, press 1 or call immediately our department number, 326.
This is a scam. Thieves are misusing the Social Security Administration's authority and phone schemes to trick you into giving them money or personal information. They state there is a problem with your Social Security number or account. They claim there's been suspicious or fraudulent activity, and you could be arrested or face other legal action. They even spoof SSA's main customer service telephone number on caller ID. Don't believe them. Don't provide any information. SSA employees will never threaten you for information or promise benefits in exchange for information. In those cases, the call is fraudulent. Just hang up. If you suspect you've been contacted by an SSA scammer, call the Social Security Fraud Hotline at 1-800-269-0271.
Social Security, securing today.
So that's a great message. As he stated, if you suspect you're being called by a fraudulent caller, just hang up. We would never call to threaten you or to ask you for financial information, credit cards. We would never do that. And, you know, sometimes we do call because you have an application on file, you have current business with us. So at times some of our representatives will give you a call to do current business with you. However, our representatives are never aggressive, never threatening you. And even if you do receive a call from us and you don't feel comfortable providing us with information, you can let us know that you don't feel comfortable and we will go ahead and send you a letter in the mail. So to give you, you know, ask you any questions that we may have or to follow up with you on your application. But we would never, ever call to threaten you or be aggressive and ask for any type of credit card information or financial information.
Right. And another thing I want you to keep in mind, if you do file an application online, when you file that application, you'll get an email from Social Security. And in that email, it will have information about who has or what area has your application. And it will also say that you may get a call from a representative. So if ever you are unsure, you can always contact the local office and they will let you know that that is a real Social Security person trying to contact you about an application because you're doing business with us. And sometimes we just need clarity on things. And I always like to tell people, I cannot reiterate or say this enough. If you don't recognize the number, do not pick up the call. If someone is threatening you and says they're from Social Security, it's a scam. Hang up. Do not engage. I use my in-laws as an example. I have so many examples. My father-in-law, he's probably about 80-something. He'll pick up the phone and he'll start talking to a person. And then in the background, my mother-in-law goes, "It's nothing but a scammer. It's nothing but a scammer." Hang up the phone. So he doesn't hang up the phone, but then she picks up the phone and she's telling the guy it's a scammer. And I'm sitting in the background going, just hang up the phone. Guys, you can hang up the phone. So if you all have older parents that like to pick up the phone, just tell them they don't have to. We're trying to protect the public. We are trying to help you. So please be aware of all the things that are happening. And I want to show you another video, and it is called What is My Social Security? And it'll kind of take you through some more information about our My Social Security account.
What is My Social Security? My Social Security is a secure account that puts you in control with access to your information anytime, anywhere. You know, with the My Social Security account, you can see how much you've made each year. Be sure to verify your earnings annually because your Social Security benefits are calculated using your work history. When you open your secure account at socialsecurity.gov/myaccount, you can view your Social Security statement. This shows what benefits you and your family could receive. Are you receiving benefits? If so, you can manage them online. You can even set up or change your direct deposit right from the comfort of your home. Moving? You can also quickly and easily change your address. This way, your information is up to date and you won't miss any important updates from Social Security. Applying for state or local benefits, a loan, mortgage, or assisted housing income? You may need proof that you do or do not currently receive Social Security, supplemental security income benefits, and/or Medicare. With your personal My Social Security account, you can instantly print a benefit verification letter. And what if you've lost your Social Security card? In a lot of states, you can apply for a replacement card online, with more states being added all the time. My Social Security is quick, secure, and easy, and puts you in control with access to your information anytime, anywhere. Click the link below to create your free personal My Social Security account today. And to receive notifications about sensitive communications, remember to choose email or text under Message Center Preferences. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more videos from Social Security. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
So Social Security securing today and tomorrow with you throughout life's journey. On that little video there, it also mentioned that you can apply for a replacement Social Security card in some states. I want to kind of just reiterate that here in the state of Illinois, you can apply for a replacement Social Security card if you have a My Social Security account. So you can do that online. You can request a replacement card online. We are coming to an end of our show today. It's been a great show. It's been a great time here with you, Chicagoland. Thank you for calling in and asking all of these great questions. They're great questions. Nicole and I are happy to be here with you guys and answer all your questions, and we hope that you guys have a wonderful afternoon. Before we leave, though, we do want to make sure we extend a thank you to our people that are in the background that are helping us putting those videos up, our phone technicians answering the phones, Robert Sarsnicki and Michael Beal. They did a great job. Thank you guys. They're the ones who put those videos up for you to see and answered the phone so that way we could answer your questions. Thank you, Chicago. We look forward to seeing you again on another CAN TV Social Security Live show next Wednesday. Have a great afternoon.
Yay.